Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is February 10th, and I want to spend just a couple of minutes with you going through. I want to talk to you a little bit about our market maker levels. We're going to be conducting a free training session tomorrow, the link to which will be in the description at the bottom of this video. But I want to talk to you about the three markets that we look at in here. We're going to look at the market maker levels on the ES, the NQ, and the CL. I'm also going to show you a 20-point times 2 lot ES trade that we took in here. I'm going to let you see that here in just a couple of moments. You're going to hear where I get into the trade. You're going to see stop placement and all of those types of things, and we'll talk about that here in just a quick second. What I want to do first here is just let you look at what the overnight structure points look like as we were heading into the day session today. Again, good structure here. Market kind of rotated around our upper level here, went into the RTH target, and then right before the open today on the I believe it was a CPI report, the market came right up into this ETH upper target and then failed here after the open. And so we have a set of levels that we look at after the open. We got short here today on the RTH session mid. Now I'm going to show you this on a little bit on a chart without all of the other lines and clouds on it. And that's right. Our entry up here today was right here at this RTH mid session right here, right at this 20 quarter area. And so I got chopped around a little bit in here. The market did open up right at the RTH signal. This would have been the ideal place to get short right at the open. The market rallies up into the RTH signal and really just sells off in a dramatic way here. We did spend a little bit of time rotational around the RTH mid, and this is, if you were in the trade room today, and you'll notice this at the top of the price ladder here as we get into the actual video itself. I got chopped around a little bit in this area, and I was down ticks. I want you to pay attention to the top of the price ladder where it says P&L, right as we get into this trade that ends up being 20 points. Right here at this 20 quarter. This is inside of the zone of influence on your market maker level. So if you open up the market maker level itself, you'll notice that we have what we call the zone of influence. If I were to turn that off, you would see those lines go away. But we know that support and resistance is less about to the tick precision and more about the actual zone of influence. We got right in up here today at this 20 quarter. So that's what you're going to see here. That's right at the top of the zone. Could not make it to the level above. We could not, again, we double topped. And again, I got chopped around a little bit in here. I ended up taking this trade at that location. Also, that lined up here with the volume weighted average price and our 20 period average. And the market sold off again, like I said, for 20 points. Now, if you turn on the overnight levels here, you'll notice that we went coast to coast here. We went from this upper target 1 all the way down to the lower target 1. And if you were to measure that out, these market maker levels gave you an opportunity like steps on a ladder for 44.25 ES points. Of course, we only took 20 of those points, and I say only, it was times 2 lots, and that is a very good trade. And so again, what I'm going to do here in just a moment, and I think the audio may be a little bit garbled right at the beginning, but you'll still hear and get the gist of where I'm getting into the trade, where I put the stop. I believe I had a 3-point stop on that trade, and again, a 20-point target. And so again, you're going to be able to see that trade as I go through it. You're going to see where I enter. You're going to see how I manage the stops, and then you're going to be able to see the final targeting location. I want you to pay attention to the top of that P&L. You'll see that I was down ticks going into that trade, and then you'll see that we were up quite a bit at the end of that trade. Also, let's take a look at what the NQ did here today. So right now, if you take a look, these were your daytime session levels on the NQ, giving you the open right here at the RTH mid, rallied up to the tick into your RTH signal. And then we blew past that lower target on this real aggressive move. So what you would do is you would turn on your overnight structure points, and look what you got here. You got to move all the way down into that ETH lower target 2. You got to bounce here at the lower target 1, and then that was the low of the day on the NQ, and it subsequently rallied back up to the mid-level for 164 NQ points. So very, very good opportunity there, either to get short initially up here today when the market opened at the RTH signal, and when the market began to exhaust down here at the bottom, and you could see the delta beginning to turn here. The market rallied fairly aggressively to the top side. And then here is the CL today. CL was a little bit less active. It was the crude oil inventory report day. And so I have the overnight structure points on here. And again, the way that we look at this, we look at these as steps on a ladder. You couldn't get through this level to the level above, so your anticipation would be to look short and get down to this level, which it didn't do. Rallied back up and just kind of overnight, spent some time just kind of banging around the overnight levels, where you had a decent opportunity is in your day levels. The market opens up kind of rotational around the mid here, right? It was really choppy conditions, and that's what you expect at the inventory number. There's really not a lot of trading that would go on around that inventory number. And then right at the bottom of the hour and right as the inventory number came through, he did not make it through the zone of influence here at the RTH target. And then the market, of course, carries all the way up. Sorry, this is the RTH signal, and carries all the way up into the zone of influence on the RTH target. And that would have been a very handsome move on the day, right? So if you had the entry here at this level at 17, and you had that tick, one tick below the zone, that's 11 ticks. And for each level that you achieved, there was a 26 tick profit. That was total, sorry, this is 25 ticks, and then the move from here to there was 53 ticks. And so again, you get the idea that your market maker levels gave you some significant opportunities today. And so what I would say to you is, if you want a more in-depth discussion on these levels, we are going to be doing that in our free training tomorrow. I'm going to put the link to which you can register down inside of the text body just below this video. Also, what I would encourage you to do is click that subscribe button so you can get updated on all of the trade of the day type videos that we do in here. So with all of that being said, I'm going to let you watch this $2,000 6.7 to 1 reward to risk ES trade. Again, you're going to see where I get in. I'm going to chop that trade up into pieces, speed it up, put some music behind it so you can get a flavor of where it is that we got out. I want you to make sure you watch the top of the price ladder. You'll see that I was down ticks heading into that trade, but we made it up in this one excellent trade. By the way, we're on a 3-day win streak, so it's kind of cool as well. So without further ado, here is that OTG trade of the day. There's 20 even, in at 20 quarter. Stop here is above that double top at 23 quarter.